Greetings, exiles, and I continue my journey. This time, without a long intro. I'll jump right into shopping and upgrades because there's a lot of work ahead. I want to add a third large cluster, but to do that, I need to free up some skill points. So I bought Thread of Hope. Very good. Now the third large cluster. The main reason I wanted another cluster is that I need 2 more jewel sockets. For Forbidden Flame and Flesh with Shaper of Flames. Now all our damage ignites enemies with a 100% chance. Our explosions deal quite a lot of damage, so ignite will be very significant. But that's not all. I also need a ring. Black Flame. Quite an interesting unique item. Enemies ignited by you take chaos damage instead of fire damage from ignite. But this is not damage conversion as many might think. With this ring, our ignite is mitigated as chaos damage by the enemy's chaos resistance and modifiers. This means that our curse, ascendancy, and withered will work on ignite for more damage numbers. Also, don't forget about this implicit on the gloves. I first found out about this combination in the last league from this guy. And when I saw it, I was very skeptical. Because this is one of those cases where you add items to your POB and the numbers don't go up. And as we all know, the numbers have to go up. That's the most important thing in this game. Well, since I'm not a POB warrior, I decided to give this combination a chance anyway. And oh my god. I felt the effect immediately because our map clearing speed increased by several times. Explosions. Ignite. More ignite from gloves. And even more explosions. It's crazy. But I like it. In a nutshell, a very powerful combination. Anyway, I continue shopping. Medium cluster. I also decided to recraft my wand. Just what I need. And don't forget about benchcraft. A few awakened gems. A good DPS boost and a good investment. And the last purchase, but not for me. For my Mercenary. I originally planned to use this amulet in this build, but then changed my mind. Because this amulet with double free curse is too good. By the way, I changed Enfeeble to Punishment. And yes, I know that after my first video, the prices for this amulet skyrocketed and many of you spent a lot of divine orbs on this amulet and now you have to change it. But don't worry, you can use the old amulet, and if you're a beginner, that's even better. I replaced Enfeeble with Punishment because I know what this build can and cannot do, so I don't need additional defense. So I repeat once again, there is no need to change the amulet. Rip prices for this amulet. This is what my Mercenary looks like. Defiance of Destiny is not cheap, but it is very important. Without it, our Mercenary will often die in difficult content, and without it, we lose half of our damage. So let's invest in our friend, it will help us in the future. I also plan to buy this unique armor, but that will be later because I've run out of currency and it's time to work. At the same time, I'll show you what earning strategies I used for which this build is ideally suited. I'll start with T16.5 and Abyss. Even after the developers fixed this strategy, it's still good. Lots of tinks per hour. A lot. One of the strengths of this build is that it can ignore almost all map modifiers. Only less block chance and reduced aura effect is a skip for us. Also, less recovery can be annoying, but overall it's doable. And since we have easy access to these nodes and mastery, we won't have any problems with opening chests. And special thanks to my viewers who told me that it's best to use Unearth to open hordes because this skill gem has a very high cast speed. After the developers fixed this strategy, the prices for T17 maps are gradually returning to their usual prices, and now I can finally sell everything I've accumulated. Next up is Harbingers. This is another good strategy for this build. It's not as profitable as the previous one, but it's very easy and lazy. Everything is very simple and there is nothing to comment on here. Strongboxes is another fairly simple but quite profitable strategy. Although in this league it is not very lucky for me and I will not be able to get a really good tink. However, one brother is good, but two are better. Twice as many gifts. Nevertheless, the ratio of tinks to time spent is quite good. And the last strategy I would like to mention is Breach. First of all, I used it to level up because it gives a lot of experience. You can also earn a bit of currency. This is the most valuable loot from level 98 to 99. Overall, not bad. I can recommend this strategy to players who want to not only earn currency but also level up their character to level 100. Breach will also appeal to gamblers because there are rings that can be turned into armor, and some bases are very expensive. Unfortunately, I was unlucky, but I still got a few divine orbs. And Valdo's box is opening. Wow, it's a rare moment when you can make a profit from these scam boxes. And I never thought they could be used this way. So, I managed to earn some currency and it's time for new upgrades. Initially, I planned to recraft my rare gear because it's pretty mediocre. I also wanted to buy Svalin. But then I changed my mind and bought this cringe belt. Unfortunately, in the current state of the game, this is the best purchase for almost any build, and buying Mageblood is 10 times better than new rare items and Svalin. This unique belt solves many of our problems and makes our equipment choices more flexible. It also gives a lot of speed, which is one of the important characteristics in the game, if not the most important. After purchasing Mageblood, the speed of currency earning will increase significantly. Let's go back to the maps. Those pleasant sounds. Just what I need. Okay, let's go back to shopping. I need this unique helmet. And first of all, we are interested in Decay support. At least level 30. But the more, the better. We are not interested in the second support gem, and in most cases it does nothing. But be careful because some support gems can ruin the build. For example, Brutality. So don't buy this helmet with Brutality. Many viewers now have a question, why do we need this helmet with Decay? But it's very simple, it will allow us to fix our single target DPS. If you've already played with this build, you know that it's just terrible. But with this unique item, we can easily fix the situation. You won't become an uber boss killer, but you will be able to kill a T17 boss without spending 20 minutes on it. I won't go into detail about how it all works, I'll just say that Decay is a debuff which causes affected targets to take chaos damage over time. Also, skill-specific modifiers that affect all of a skill's damage, such as Storm Burst's exploding orbs which deal 75% of skill damage for each 0.4 seconds of remaining duration, significantly increase its damage. Therefore, I will use Storm Burst level 1 to apply Decay and at the same time scale its damage with more duration because it is a multiplier for us. Plus, it's a very easy skill to use. We just channel it for literally 1 second, after which the Decay starts to take effect. A few repeats of this and the boss is defeated. Now let's fix my gloves. I don't need more damage stats, but I need a lot of resistances. I'll use essences. It's not ideal, but it works for me. Now for a new shield. My current shield does the job, but I want to do something fancy. For this, I need a synthesized base like this. Ideally, it should be an armor or evasion armor base. Next, I used essences. Quite interesting. Let's try our luck. Perfect. Now the prefixes cannot be changed. And then Harvest Craft. The cheap option is Crit Reforge, which guarantees us reduced extra damage from critical strikes. That's why we need armor or evasion armor base, because with them we are guaranteed to get this modifier. Other bases don't have it, or they also have critical chance for spells, and as you can imagine, I don't need that. But I'll go with the more expensive option. And I'll try my luck again. Sweet. Just what I need. Benchcraft. And the Holy Exalted Slam. Disgusting. But it's a game, and you can't always win, or it wouldn't be interesting. It was an expensive and perhaps a little silly way to craft. Now I'll show you a cheaper one. For this, we need any base with a percentage of life on block. This will be very relevant after I release this video because there is a high probability that the price of good bases will be very high. And again, essences spam. Until we get these two modifiers and a free prefix. No way, it was very fast and very cheap. Just be lucky. As an alternative, I could have used Svalin, but I decided that a rare shield would be just as good, because recovery life on block is a very strong defensive mechanic that allows us to compensate for the lack of Defiance of Destiny. And again, back to the maps. The shield was the last piece of equipment, and my build is complete. Of course, I still need that unique flask, but I'll buy it later, when I finish editing this video and can get back to the enjoyable grind. I also want to apologize to my viewers for delaying this video. But I couldn't help myself, I didn't want to edit this video because I couldn't stop. I just wanted to run around the maps, blow up monsters, and find tinks. The build is too much fun. As I said in my first video, Death's Oath is a great build, but there are some nuances. It's a build that's designed for specific tasks, which it handles perfectly, but there is content in the game that is not available to us. So if you haven't tried this build yet, don't wait. You'll either love it or hate it. That's all for now. I hope you enjoyed my video and found it useful. I would be very grateful for your likes and subscriptions. See you all soon in my next video.